Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I am back with another Continental knitting stitch tutorial. Today I will be showing you guys how to knit the chevron stitch. It is typically used for blankets and scarves and things like that, and it can be very pretty when paired with a variegated yarn. It is a one row repeat, so it's even easy for beginners to get into. We will be working with an increase and a decrease stitch, I will show you guys how to do as we move along through the pattern, but it's all garter stitch, so it's fairly easy to get a hang of. And I will say, depending on the yarn and the tension, it will take quite a few rows of this pattern for it to start actually looking like the chevrons at the bottom and throughout the pattern. But once it starts working out, it is a very beautiful stitch. So without further ado, let's dive into this tutorial. To begin this stitch, you want a cast on in multiples of 12 plus 1, and then add an additional 2 for edge stitches. So here I have a total of 25 stitches. Okay. I'm going to start off here with a slip knot. And for this stitch you want to cast on in multiples of 12 plus 1, and then we'll add an additional 2 for edge stitch. So I'm just going to use the long tail cast on, and I'm going to cast on 25 stitches. So it'll be 12 stitches plus 1 and plus 2. And 25. Right, and I'm just going to do a quick recount of my stitches to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that's 12 and 12 plus 1. And I need 2 more stitches. See, even pros make mistakes. 1. Alright, now we're ready to move on to row 1 of this pattern. This will be the only time we'll work row 1. It's more of a setup row, but nonetheless. What you're going to do for this first row is just knit each stitch along. Easy peasy. Alright, and now we are on to row 2, aka the row that we will Alright, now we are on to row 2, aka the row that we will be repeating over and over again. Alright, and for this row, we are going to start with a knit 1. Then we are going to knit the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and now we're going to start the repeat for the row, which is knit 2 together. So this is a decrease, and to do that you will skip this first stitch and come behind the second one and insert your needle knitwise as though to knit, because we're going to knit through both of those stitches. Okay, so it's kind of important not to have your stitches too tight. Right, and just knit them together off the needle. Alright, now we're going to knit 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once we've done that, we are going to do an increase that is called knit 1 front and back. So what that means is we're going to knit our stitch as normal, but we're not going to pull it off the needle after we complete that knit stitch. Instead, we're going to go behind that to the back of that same stitch, and we're going to knit through the back loop. Oops, like so, and then we pull it off. Alright, then you're going to knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you are going to start over from the knit 2 together, knit 4, knit 1 front and back, knit 5, all the way across your work. When you get to the end of your work, you should have 7 stitches left. And so in those last 7 stitches, we are for symmetry, we are going to knit 6, then we're going to knit 1 at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last stitch. Alright, and I'm just kind of pulling on that tail to tighten up that end stitch. Alright, and this is what the work is going to look like for quite a while. When I first learned this stitch, I was a little annoyed by it because you couldn't really tell right away the effects of doing all that back and forth, really until you got a solid 12, 14 rows in. So again, to move on, you would simply repeat this row over and over again. And once you do that, you eventually start to get a piece of work that looks similar to this one. And you end up getting these nice little definitive ridges down the center. And like I said, when it's paired with a variegated yarn, it looks very stunning. It makes some really nice autumn scarves. I would even think about doing a sweater with this. I don't know how I would pull it off, but nonetheless, it is a thought. I hope today's video was helpful for you guys. If so, don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on future knitting content from me. I typically post knitting content on Wednesdays at 9:30 a.m. CST. So if you want me to be a part of your continental knitting journey, then consider subscribing and becoming a part of my community today. If you're looking for more from me, I have a whole website, InfinityCraftingCompany.com. You can head over there, sign up for the newsletter, and check out all of my other wonderful things, from the blog to the handmade shop. You can even see some of my artwork, for I am an artist, traditionally trained artist. So if that's your thing, you can check that out over there. That's about all for today. Until next time, guys, happy making. Hey there, if you like the way I teach here on YouTube and you are looking for new and interesting crochet and or knit patterns, then you will love my new members club, where I am releasing all of my knit and crochet designs, the written instructions, as well as the premium video content directly into my blog space. Members have access to the ad-free patterns, as well as the premium written tutorials, as well as exclusive releases that are not yet available to the public, and early releases. So if that sounds like a great deal to you, then head over to my website, hit the Hey Craftapreneur tab to learn more and sign up today. Thanks for supporting my content, and until next time, guys, happy making.